I don't know anything about it.
Why do you act like that?
What? Okay, he's going to surf. Seven seas. And okay. Other than that, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Seven seas, seven. I'd do 7 seas, 7 weeks. They'd be stoked. Like, that's a normal thing.
Ben's surfing compared to everybody else's surfing, you know, people go out and they all go to the same spots. Ben is the type of surfer that everyone's surfing here, he'll go here.
This isn't really an idea that comes to people's minds. Nobody just wakes up one day and thinks they want to surf 7 seas in 7 days. No, it's just nuts.
And I'm actually pretty flabbergasted that Red Bull agreed to this.
Whatever you want literally is possible. Anything that you can imagine is possible, but you have to be willing to work for it. For the dream.
I mean, it definitely changed our life in the way that I think Ben got a lot more recognition. I think a lot more people knew who he was, and his YouTube channel went from, you know, getting 500 views a video to thousands and thousands of views. So it changed it that this was actually Ben's career now. Actually, like, okay, he's going to, you know, be a surf vlogger. Definitely changed it in a positive way.
Ben's definitely strong-willed, strong-minded. He doesn't really need to fit into the industry's ways to make it. Not gonna take no for an answer, I would say. Definitely not afraid to just like go for it, even if it's like seems stupid to a lot of people, including like the people that are closest to him.
We were in Atlantic City like last week, and both times someone came up and was like, "Hi, Mrs. Gravy," and I'm thinking, oh, is this somebody I'm supposed to know from when they were kids? And they're like, "No, you don't know me, but I watch your son Ben Gravy all the time, and I love him. It's awesome." Even the lifeguards in Atlantic City were telling us they were honored to be out in the water with us.
A surf kid from New Jersey, capping off his 50-state journey, really set his sights on after he got sober back in 2015. He thought, that is a perfect way for me to focus on what I love, surfing, and give me a focus during my sobriety.
When I did the 50 states, it seemed like I reached an impossible goal, and all this awesome stuff came with it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it could have been the point when I was like, oh, I made it. I did what I set out to do. But then comes along the question of like, what's next?
I think this is a good representation of what he represents, and that is that surfing is fun, surfing is for everybody, and everybody here is welcome. Everybody's welcome in the water, and there couldn't be a more positive message in surfing today. And so we're thankful to Ben for that. We're thankful to the guys who made the movie about him.
because there's a room full of surfers here that I'm sure we'd all die to help you.
I think the only thing to do now is surf in every country.
I feel like our family, when we were younger, was really close-knit. We did a lot of stuff together as a group. We used to load up the entire family in our Suburban and drive to Florida and have 3 or 4 surf contests on the map. We'd stay there for 3 weeks. I don't even know how we took you out of school that long. And it was just, we lived it. It became part of our whole being. And I think that vibration is what carried through to you.
And we grew up really close. Like the whole time we were always traveling together. As soon as I got my license, my dad kind of gave me the responsibility to take Ben to all the surf events we became the idea that I was his manager, but really I was just buying him cigarettes.
And Dad and I got sober before we even had Robert. So we were just totally into it. We didn't go out to parties or leave you for weekends. Our weekends were doing that as a family.
Well, I was always the ringleader in the crew, and now he's really just taking a run for it himself. So I think that has a lot to do with just how we were raised in that sense.
In order to accomplish anything that you want in life, you're going to have to work really hard for it. And it's not always like, oh, I'm going to set my mind to this and I'm going to accomplish it that easy. Hard work and struggling through parts of your life is what delivers you to those moments of gratitude where you're like, wow, when I was back there going through the mud and I thought my life was over, I was actually just learning a lesson, learning how to appreciate what I had in front of me. I think that's one of the most important things that I carry with me almost every day is reminding myself that even if it's hard right now, there's a reason it's hard. So, to the best of your knowledge, what are the 7 C's?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, the actual 7 C's.
So the 7 major
seas or
oceans of Earth is...
I look so dumb because I don't know. Honestly, I was trying to think about it. Like,
I am pretty sure. You got the
Atlantic, Pacific.
The Dead Sea.
And it's really, really salty.
Pacific Ocean.
North Pacific, South Pacific.
Okay, well, okay.
The Dead Sea.
Indian Ocean.
The Indian.
The Southern Ocean.
Arctic.
Red Sea, the Black Sea, the North Sea.
South Pacific.
The Baltic Sea.
And there's how many?
Atlantic Ocean.
South Atlantic.
Maybe the Sea of Cortez.
I think that's all I really got.
Kind of guessing here.
I should say
Which
John.
is too much.
Where was John baptizing?
Why?
The North Sea.
The Indian.
You know, like, I don't know, like whatever California's ocean is.
Because I think that's considered a sea. They say it's the River
Jordan. It was a
Jordan.
fucking creek.
I don't know, that's like 4 or 5, but I'm confused about it all.
That's real. So I don't
According
know.
to Neil
You're gonna.
Young.
I guess you're picking.
I don't know the other 2.
Like, it's all one ocean, you know?
But I also feel like the 7 C's are all like, I don't know.
Where was Jesus?
No, but for real, I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea. Is that it? Maybe.
Like Japan, obviously, but what ocean's that?
I'm not great with it.
I think that's all of them.
What is he
For real,
what,
dude?
what are you laughing at? Okay.
I tried.
That's good.
Should I try it again?
I think that's it for the oceans.
I'm a guy that grew up in Pennsylvania in the mountains in the middle of nowhere on 7 acres. I didn't watch TV till I was in 8th grade. My mom and dad made me play outside my whole life, so it kind of fucked me up.
For some reason, Mom used to take us down to that creek all the time. And you kept telling us all the time that we were going to make that wave. And we would always be like, dude, there's no way we're going to make that wave. And actually, some guy has a dam built down there now, and there's kind of a wave. I sent you that video.
The only benefit of all that is that it helped me grow my imagination, which has created a lot of the things that you see in front of you today. I had this amazing fall planned. I was supposed to do all these different Red Bull events, tanker surfing in Galveston, Texas. We had all this great stuff planned. We were about to leave for Florida the next day. Me being me, 2 feet at 6 seconds on the forecast. I had to go surfing. And me and Mackie rolled down to El Slamo, paddled out. The waves weren't great. It was just not happening. It was windy, it was cold, and the vibes were off. I got out, and me and Mackie were walking back to the car to leave, and I was like, you know what? It kind of looks all right over there. I'm gonna try this left. So I paddled out, and I absolutely should not have paddled out. I should have gone home, finished packing for Florida, left for Florida, just had a normal day. I was not even in my head. I wasn't thinking. I was just like not even there. I was just surfing for no reason. And I took this tiny little left wedge, and somehow this thing sucked up dry sand, and I was trying to shoot the tube, and I just got caught in the lip, and somehow must have been the heaviest 1-footer that ever hit New Jersey, because it took me over the falls, and I thought I was gonna spin and land on my back, and I spun, and just as I was spinning, boom, crack, felt it, heard it, came out of the water.
This ain't good. No way.
I was in shock. I just kept saying, I broke my collarbone, I broke my collarbone.
No way. Fuck.
And I just drove straight to the hospital. So like in my head, my entire world collapsed right in front of my eyes. I was like, I'm done. This is it.
I just fucked up my whole month of surfing. Probably 2 months. For what? For a knee-high wave?
And for whatever reason, I thought it was game over. And we go to this doctor and he says, let's schedule surgery. It's really bad. 3.5 months before you start physical therapy. You'll be in physical therapy for 2.5 months after that. And then it'll be about another month. And then you could probably surf maybe end of next year. And I was just thinking, like, if I don't surf for 10 months, 8 months, I'm done. Called Penn Medicine and asked for an appointment with anyone that would see me, and it just so happened to be the #1 guy that does collarbone injuries. He said pretty much we do the surgery differently than anyone else. We add 2 plates of metal, they'll never come out. If you're lucky, you can be back in the water in 6 weeks. No one that I talked to about it had ever heard about people bouncing back from a collarbone injury in 6 weeks. No one I talked to. So maybe I was going to be the first. And the funny thing that he did say to me was, yeah, I just did this on a college athlete, football player. He was back playing football in 5 weeks, but you're middle-aged, so that's not gonna happen for you.
First time at the beach since the injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
Tired.
Was this a lot for you?
When I was recovering, I just started taking these morning walks, and I was trying to get my spirit right, and I was just trying to keep my hopes up in any way that I possibly could. I'd spend a lot of time on the couch. So during that time on the couch, Jordan would always send me applications to adopt pets, and I always ignored them. And then one day, I was like, you know what? I'll fill this out. Even if you send the application in, like, you can't adopt a dog without like references and all this stuff. So I filled it out, and about 2 weeks later, I got an email. We're looking for Thanksgiving fosters.
Foster a doggy for the holidays. So let's see what happens here today.
Me and Jordan committed to going up to Philadelphia and picking up a dog just for 4 days for Thanksgiving. On the car ride up, Jordan was getting cold feet, and we actually got in an argument. And I was saying, I committed to these people. We have to go foster this dog. And like, the emails were kind of confusing, so I didn't know the situation. I thought that like they had a specific dog for us to foster. I didn't realize that you go there and there's just dozens of dogs that don't have homes, and it's just like the most heartbreaking thing ever. One of the dogs had pneumonia. There was another one named Marley that was like 15 years old that I felt so bad for. And we're in there, and Jordan just goes, I want him.
He's Dennis. She's a dog, Mom. Good job, Dennis. Nice work, buddy. Dennis the Menace.
And then we put Dennis in the car, and literally, I think we were on the Walt Whitman Bridge driving back to New Jersey, and I looked at Jordan and I was like, I think we're keeping this dog. And
Dennis is the best thing that ever happened to me and Ben.
I think Dennis has positively impacted my life more than almost any decision I've ever made.
He is 8 years old and he's a rescue, so he's extra, extra sweet, extra, extra cuddly, and just loves us so much. And I think it just brought me and Ben together, but Dennis has made us like an actual family.
If I never broke my collarbone, we never would have gotten Dennis. So at the end of the day, this collarbone injury was actually one of the best things, if not the best thing that's ever happened to me. When I was physically ready to go back surfing, I don't think I was mentally ready for it. I was actually like really, really scared. And typical Jersey swell, pretty big, pretty heavy, pretty stormy, and it just so happened to arrive Christmas Eve.
I'm about to paddle out. It is well overhead. It is barreling hard, and I don't know. So we're gonna see. Wish me luck. Here we go.
Heavy day. Heavy day for the Ben Gravy Man.
Suited up, paddled out, and I was about as nervous and tentative as you could be. I pretty much looked at waves for the first 30 minutes I was out there, just looking over the ledge, just being like, is this, like, there's no way I can do this. Like, I can't commit to this. Like, my arm doesn't even work. If I get slammed inside of a barrel, am I gonna actually get hurt and set myself back yet again? So the moment came, and I ended up paddling into one, and it doubled up on the inside, and it ended up being way bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
All right, this is it. Moment of truth. He's pounding. He's up. Oh my God, that's a bomb zone. Thank God that lip did not come down on him. Imagine if that lip just came down right on his collarbone.
Oh, I know.
But that was successful. I mean, he made it. Success, right?
And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I am fucking done with this shit, dude. I'm not surfing out here. I'm gonna die.
You know, I do not feel like a champion. I don't feel like the Viking that I planned on feeling like. I was out the back and I said, you know what, Ben? For once in your life, it has to be good enough. You have to go in because you do not want to hurt this shoulder again. And let's be honest, it's been 6 weeks and 2 days since my surgery. That was pushing it a little bit.
And also, Ben may not have got 2, but guess what? Nobody else got barreled either, so it's kind of a victory.
And I get in the car and I called Jordan and I was like, I did it. Like I paddled, I dropped in and I rode a wave. And Jordan's like, well, did you get barreled? I'm like, no, I didn't get barreled. I rode a wave. I'm happy with that. You told me before, stop pushing it. Because when I push it, I get hurt. And that's what happened to me when I broke my collarbone. So I'm thinking like I made this full 360 and I'm like, I did it. Like I came to grips with the fact that I don't always have to push it. And then the reason that me and Jordan got married came out in that moment. And she said, well, if you didn't get barreled, then go back out. Because you always get barreled. And she's right. And I was just being a pussy. Me paddling back out there, it was like one of the biggest moments of my life, and this bomb came in. I was in the perfect spot. I dropped in straight and I was like, got this perfect drainer. The nose of my board got covered up. I came out and I was like, that's it. I'm back. Called Jordan when I got back in the car and I was like, dude, I just got so shacked. And then she's like, oh, you did? Okay, cool. Nah, Jordan was excited for me and went home and had like the best Christmas ever because not only did I get barreled, but I went home to Jordan and Dennis. I just felt like a new person after that. And this whole experience with the collarbone and getting Dennis, it just changed like so much about me. My life was like this whole new thing.
Middle school to high school, it was like really a thing in our group of friends, like where we surfed in the ESA and stuff to like make it. There was like a couple other people in the area that like took the limelight. And I feel like by Ben kind of being like pushed out of the industry when we were younger, I think it was a driving point for Ben to just be like, he doesn't really need to fit into the industry's ways to make it. He pretty much could become the industry by being put down. You know, I'm not going to name people, but local people and stuff. It gave him the ability to be like, I'm going to go above and beyond that to just kind of smash the local idea and become positive to the surf culture on a huge level instead of just small scale.
One thing that I started thinking about after I broke my collarbone was like, how serious am I about this whole thing? I almost had a foot out the door and I had an opportunity to just be like, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. Like, I could go do something else. What do I really want to do with my life? And I think the answer presented itself because after I was able to start surfing again, I started chasing the things that I originally was passionate about, and I started chasing novelty waves again. And through chasing novelty waves, I started visiting different places. And it's kind of been a beautiful crescendo. Chasing these novelty waves got me to travel the entire country. And now I'm at the point where now I'm getting messages from people outside of the US, and I'm able to visit different countries to find these waves or just go surfing in a different, new, unique place. And the idea of surfing every country in the world then presented itself to me. Something I said as a joke after I surfed the 50 states, because everyone was like, well, what are you going to do next? And I was like, well, since I surfed the 50 states, the only thing I can do now is surf every country in the world. But this whole year after I broke my collarbone, I think was the evidence and the proof that I needed that this is actually possible to do. Here for, and I know what I'm here to do. My path and my goals in life have never been more clear. And it was almost like I had to have the image of me getting everything stripped away from me to know exactly what I was put on this earth to do. Maybe it was God or the universe just reminding me like why I'm here and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. It's almost like I'm at the bottom of the mountain and I feel like it's impossible, but I know the only way to climb that mountain is by taking one step at a time, and eventually I'll reach the summit.
Up until the past year, the whole entire surfing every single country thing didn't really seem like feasible. Like, it didn't seem like it was an actual thing. We took a trip to Germany, and then we ended up just crushing 5 countries right then and there in in a rental car. So I think after that experience, it just proves to the point that it's actually possible, especially after that trip.
I think when Red Bull actually said, okay, Ben, we're going to do the 7 Cs. Till that point, it was all fantasy. Like, I didn't have any routes. I didn't have any plans. I didn't even really know what the 7 Cs were. So it was kind of like a shock, like, oh God, we're actually doing this. Actual planning the route successfully took me about 3 months, and I had 3 different routes that were possible. One of the routes included us getting a private charter to Antarctica to really end it strong, and I sent those all to Red Bull with the budgets attached. They went with the most reasonable one, let's say that.
Exactly remember when Ben told me about the 7 Seas trip, but I guess like my first initial thoughts was that it was a crazy idea, but I knew it was going to happen because like everything that Ben says and sets his mind to, it happens. I guess I thought it was crazy, but I also thought the 50 states was crazy, so.
I think the mission's an admirable mission, but I think it's also like going to take an incredible amount of stamina, patience, perseverance, and camaraderie.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's an adventure. I wouldn't even look at it as tourist destination, any of that. Look at it, this is my job.
I didn't say tourist destination.
Well, that's the dynamic.
It's kind of like a superhero adventure, and you know what I mean? Like something you'd see in a comic.
At a certain point, the project gets greenlit, the route is set, and the budget is in place. But then the question becomes, who's crazy enough to go with me? JT Sereo, aka New Guy. I met JT like 5 years ago. I posted an Instagram story because I needed a filmer for a tanker surfing trip, and he responded. Without question, he jumped in the van and we drove all the way down to South Carolina, where he filmed me for a 12-hour day in the pouring rain. After that, I kind of just knew he was the guy.
What's your claim, dude? You're just on a boat for 11 hours.
JT is a full-scale professional. He's reliable, he's dedicated, and he's the perfect guy for the mission.
This project pretty much throws everything I know and have learned through filmmaking just out the window completely.
I knew that he wasn't going to be trying to drink the whole time in Tokyo. I knew that he's a focused young man. He's looking to do big things with his life, so I thought this project was a perfect opportunity for him. And John comes along with the package. John's a good kid.
I still don't know exactly who is who. My first impression of John is he's young. His generation, they really started fucking with the food, putting hormones and stuff in there, and John drank a lot of milk. He's like a fucking Neanderthal. He's massive.
I think the first time I met John, security, pretty much how you can explain him. He's really tall. He had really good hair for the Hawaii trip, and then he cut it. I don't know why.
Yeah, like on your knees.
All right, let me start over. I was chosen for this trip. I thought it'd be a lot. Like, I believe I was chosen because I have some experience with the crew. Some airport rides were involved. I can use a camera. I'm friends with JT. I think he probably vouched for me. If I had to explain what this trip was about, I would pretty much say that there's a surfer based out of New Jersey. We got hired to go shoot in a foreign country and just keep it at that. Probably, I don't really think that like Red Bull is hiring us. Like my friend works for Red Bull. I know like Ben Gravy, like start name dropping. Like probably keep it pretty chill. I'd say that JT is obsessed in like probably the best way possible. Every time I hang out with him, he's talking about a new camera or a new piece of gear that he's stoked on, a new light. It could be anything, and it's literally like the best way possible. He's like an encyclopedia of all things cameras and filming and filmmaking, and he's like an all-knowing being. Like he just knows.
I think this is going to be a great learning experience for these two guys.
I'm not sure even what they're doing. 7 seas, 7 days, something like that, doing 7 different oceans or 7 seas in 7 days, which to me sounds horrible. 7 seas, 7... I'd do 7 seas, 7 weeks. They'd be stoked. Like, that's a normal thing. I don't really even know what that means, like, because that's a lot of flight time. You know, I've really tried to figure it out, like the Indian Ocean type thing. Like, you know what I mean? What is going on here?
It's probably going to be the first time anyone ever did it, I would assume. So maybe Guinness Book worthy, I don't know.
For me, surfing is not only about the spirituality aspect, but for me, it's always been about challenging myself and trying to think outside the box and do things that no one has ever done. A lot of the ideas that I think about when I go into them, I truly believe that they're actually impossible. And the challenge is for me to figure out a way to make it happen.
I think surfing and sobriety is like the biggest cheat code because you will never get higher than like that feeling getting spit out of a tube. Even when it's small and you're just like doing turns and just like having a blast and like you're in the ocean, you're high, you know? Really, I'm not sober because I'm just so fucking fucked up on surfing, you know? So high on surfing.
I believe when you're on your path, it's almost like destiny. And I truly believe ever since I've gotten sober, this is my destiny. What's important for me in life is that the things that I want to accomplish are the things that I'm going to accomplish no matter what, even if they seem impossible. It has taught me so much and it's gotten me everything that I have because a project like the 7 Seas, this thing came together with a million small ideas and a million tiny little jobs that I had to accomplish to make this thing into one big project. It's taking those small things and accomplishing those small things. All those little decisions I've made to get to this point felt small, seemingly insignificant goals that I met. And a lot of people are gonna look at it and just see the overall thing, and that's fine. That's what we're here for, to show them the entertainment side of it and how fun and great it's gonna be. But through sobriety, I've been able to understand putting one foot in front of the other every single day and thinking about the moment that I'm in and thinking about small goals. It's truly taught me everything, and I wouldn't be here today without it, so. For this process, it wasn't about where I wanted to go, what waves I wanted to surf, or how we could shape this trip and get the best footage. It was literally about how, in God's name, could we pull this off?
Because they're just like, nah. They're like, dude.
We were able to figure out a way to get from the Pacific Ocean all the way to the Arctic Ocean in 1 week. Tokyo, Japan, the North Pacific.
Just the atmosphere there.
Sushi, food.
Bali, Indonesia.
Indian Ocean.
Waves, surfing.
Straight up surfing.
Bells Beach, Australia. The Southern Ocean.
Australia's got some...
I just think about kangaroos. John's gonna fight one probably.
Sydney, Australia.
South Pacific.
We're gonna wake up, Dawn Patrol Sydney. We have an 11 a.m. flight from Sydney, Australia to Houston, Texas. We leave Sydney, Australia at 11 a.m. and we land in Houston, Texas at 10 a.m. It's a 16-hour flight, but somehow we figured out how to time travel and reverse time 25 hours. So we'll actually be surfing Sydney, Australia and Galveston, Texas on the same day. Galveston, Texas?
Oh, Gulf of Mexico.
I love Texas. I think of,
Texas Roadhouse.
you know, cowboys and all of that.
Atlantic City, New Jersey, the North Atlantic.
By day 5 in Jersey, I feel like if we make it there, when we make it there, I mean, everything's gonna be okay.
New Jersey, home.
New Jersey's just home.
And Norway.
The Arctic Ocean.
When we touch down in Norway, I'm just gonna be grateful.
It's probably just snow.
We're going to be in board shorts on a Tuesday and in 7mm boots and a 5mm wetsuit on a Friday. Think about that.
Norway, cold, snow, northern lights. Yeah, that's it. That's 7. To Japan, I had a lot of thoughts about like just feeling like Japan was so out there, like there was nothing like home. For some reason it felt like just like a Jersey hometown, like beach, but everything was in Japanese.
Japan is an amazing place. It's so different. There's just so many people everywhere.
And if you look around, you can clearly see that there's at least 800,000 people in 1 square mile.
Look around, every single thing is in Japanese or Chinese letters. Crazy, colorful cartoons and like all these characters everywhere. People dressed up in like rabbit costumes walking around the street trying to sell you something. It's like New York, but a little bit crazier.
No, we had no idea that the waves were going to be better today than they were yesterday. I just saw a barrel. Dude.
I would say the surf culture in Japan was like the coolest part because there is an actual surf culture. There's a lot of people surfing, a lot of people that don't really know how to surf too great, but they're all out there no matter what, and they're all just having like the time of their lives. Surf-wise, it goes back to the beaches. It just looked like Jersey. Just everything about it just looked exactly like Jersey.
It's 7,000 miles away from my house. And you go down to the beach and there's just people surfing. And it's just like, this is insane. Like just being on the complete, total opposite side of the world. In order to get home, you need to take a 14-hour plane ride back to your house. Like it's a crazy feeling just being way out there.
Look what I found. This is the greatest moment of my life. Oh, this is the US version.
And it's a new model. That's kind of wild.
No way.
So Johnny Boy's out there like imagining this world that just doesn't exist. Like in his head, he thinks he's Anthony Bourdain. So I'm like, all right, John, I'm getting you that authentic sushi. Don't worry. In Tokyo, the hustling, bustling streets of Tokyo, we're seeing Japan just in all its glory. Like every epic thing, there's like anime people walking around. There's like all these arcades, video games are going nuts. Super Mario Brothers. There's just like street vendor scenarios we'd never witnessed in our life. We saw the Japanese temple, just like this crazy cultural experience. Buddy Sam took us into this hole-in-the-wall, authentic sushi spot where the sushi's coming around on a belt. And John went from Anthony Bourdain to like a frightened child.
Wait, like the most authentic as it gets.
Wait, you sure about this?
This is your claim, dude.
No, it's not.
You go in there, you're thinking, yeah, dude, we're about to eat like all this sushi. This is gonna be epic. And then you get in there and man, it's smelling funky.
Right to the fucking guzzle.
Dude, I can't.
What do you mean?
That's right.
Oh,
Good,
that's a banger.
man. Yeah.
That's a banger.
This sushi, way slimier than you'd ever imagine. Way slimier, way smellier than it looks on TV. And John goes from Anthony Bourdain to just not even for 1 second thinking he's about to eat this sushi. I think. Oh yeah, so I was like, all right, well, if we already sat down, so like I don't want to be rude. Since we're sitting there, I just start thinking like we see him coming around, and I'm like, I'll try this one. So I bust it out, and I'm the one eating all the sushi, and I didn't even want to go get sushi.
I can bite it. I don't have to eat. I don't have to eat the whole thing at the same time, right?
Yeah, just do it.
Bite
Put
it
it in your mouth and chew twice and swallow. That's the best way to do it.
Do it.
Everything that John eats, he was just spitting back into a napkin.
So I can't put the whole thing. I can't put the whole thing in my mouth.
Pump the brakes, Ben.
John's not back anymore.
Go, John. Go.
John is regressing.
Go.
This good.
You got it.
I can't.
Double chew and swallow.
I can't.
What do you mean? He was absolutely terrified of authentic sushi.
People are gonna be like, just double chew, swallow. Swallow.
Oh my God, he's making it worse.
He's making it so much worse. He lets the texture get to him.
Down. Swallow.
He lets the texture get to him.
I think that was a big learning experience for John. To go into the restaurant in his mind as like a character that he saw on TV, to then getting reality right in his face.
What? No way. On the shrimp? The shrimp got it.
The shrimp got it. Shrimp.
Oh my God.
Good morning from Japan. Up at 4 again. We're resetting our sleep schedule though. It's feeling good.
Asia is like so far away. I knew that we were gonna have some jet lag problems. Flying to Japan, it's a 13-hour time difference. So we went 6 days early to try to delete that.
All right. Look at that. Dude, the dojo.
We're going to sleep at like 8 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night, waking up at like 1, 2 a.m., just ready to rip for the day and just like, oh my God, tomorrow we have to fix this.
I've been up since 1:30. I was trying to explain to these guys that maybe you sleep on these mats and it hurts your body while you're sleeping, but throughout the day you gain energy. Like it's good for your body in the long run.
And every day we would just wake up in the middle of the night, like ready to go for the day.
What's the claim?
What's the what?
The claim.
Claim?
Yeah.
What
are you claiming?
Claiming?
What are you claiming?
Sorry.
Like, what do you have to say?
Oh.
Are you excited? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm so excited to stop with you guys. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Surf Stadium, Shizunami.
Yeah, here is the perfect wave. It's here.
Yes.
Bang.
Yeah. For the dream.
Doctor says I got the symptoms, but who the fuck likes doing long division when you can see a boob on television?
Pressure's mounting. Dreams on. Surf Stadium, Japan, for the dream.
Ooh, baby, I'm a dreamer. Misguided youth, the movie staring out the window, riddling and playing my Nintendo. I learned all the special moves and all I wanted was a snow day. The beginning of the end has finally started. All alone I bite my nails until they bleed, and medication calls my
closing the door to our last Airbnb in Japan, and we're headed to the beach.
We just had an epic week in Japan. We absolutely did not correct our jet lag at all. Got some really fun waves, got to experience a new country, and we're ready to begin the 7 Seas journey, the surf trip of a lifetime.
This is going to be my last surf session here in Japan. This is the North Pacific Ocean, the first of 7 seas that I will be completing on this journey. We are currently in Chiba, Japan. By the end of the week, we're going to be in Unstad, Norway. This is by far the craziest thing that I've ever done. 72 hours on planes over the next 7 days. 72 hours of that time is going to be spent on planes. This project is a culmination of so many different parts of my life coming together. Definitely the biggest opportunity I've ever had to share Stoke worldwide. So it's an honor for me. It's a lot to be talking about at 5 a.m. But I woke up today, I'm wired. 7 seas in 7 days, it's on.
Surfing that morning, it kind of felt surreal because we've been doing that for a week straight, and us being in Japan, we were waking up at like 3 or 5 a.m. every single day, so we were way beyond prepared for just no sleep and just being up. So it kind of just felt like a normal day, but then seeing you run off the beach and like run to the car, change real quick and rushing out, that kind of just like put all the pressure on, and we had to get to Indo and we had to go to the next spot, so that's when it got real.
Australia,
Texas, New Jersey, Norway.
Norway?
Yeah.
Like, according to schedules and a piece of paper, it was doable. But we were at the point where it was like, we are those test dummies. We are those people that are going to find out if this is actually physically possible. In order to accomplish this journey, we're going to be traveling almost 25,000 miles, which is equal to the circumference of the planet Earth, if you believe that the world is round. Just want to clear that up.
We showed up at Bali at night. It was beyond hot. It was so gross and muggy, especially coming from Japan.
It's like 100 degrees outside. My first time in Indonesia. It's hot. I was beyond excited.
The airport's gnarly there.
So confused. We have no idea what's going on. Like, going through customs, we had to do like a visa on arrival, and then we had to go through and do this customs thing, and then we finally get out.
Hundreds of taxi drivers just trying to take you hostage and just drive you wherever they think you want to go.
Our guy finds us, we load up the car, and we're heading to Karamas.
We're officially in Bali. We were on a plane all day. I'm so tired, I have no idea what's going on. But I don't know if that was a frog or the Indian Ocean. So tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., we're on it. Time to get some sleep. We did it. We made it to Bali. Heavy claims.
They load up our bags, they take us to the room, and we get to the room, and I'm like, oh man, I might have booked the wrong room.
Oh, God.
And it was one bed and this tiny couch in this tiny little room. And I was like, I thought this is 2 beds. And they're like, oh yeah, hold on 1 second. These guys come in, they just pull the bed in half, and they're like, 2 beds. And we were like, oh man, this is heavy. We get everything in, we're going to bed. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night at that point. We quickly found out that the air conditioner was broken, so.
Yeah, it was just a whole rushing, fast night just leading up to the hotel, and we thought we were gonna have like a nice cold room, good sleep, and that was the hottest sleep of the trip for sure.
I think our room was like literally 100 degrees all night. So just drenched in sweat, that feeling when your t-shirt's sweaty and your neck stretched out. First big sacrifice of the trip. It's just one of those things that we're like, dude, this was a bad idea. We're like in a living hell right now. We wake up in the morning, walk outside, meet Slippery Surfer.
Yeah, no way. This guy found us. All right, it's morning time in Bali. First time ever waking up in Indonesia. Got the Indian Ocean waiting for us. Look at this guy. What's the climb?
Yeah, mate. What's
This doesn't feel real, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't feel
What's up,
real.
boys? JT, what's up, man?
Dude.
How are ya?
What's up, John?
How are you, John? Todd. Slippery.
He came from Australia to surf with me. We get down to the beach and the waves are absolutely firing.
This is a dream come true for me. This wave is like one of those waves that you've seen your whole life. And it's an honor to be here with Slip.
And we're meeting in Bali, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be there for 1 day. Then we're going to fly out, go to Melbourne 1 day, fly out, go to Sydney 1 day. I'm like, this guy's tripping. I did not know what you were doing at all.
Dude, I hope our injuries subside. Look at these waves.
Dude, how old are you now?
34.
41.
Oh my God.
I've been injured ever since I turned 40.
It's firing.
Love was holding all the cards and always kept me in the dark. I never thought I could shake this heartache until I saw your light, and it's got me feeling like life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like I've been walking on air. Left all my worries and cares. I've got no burdens around you. I don't care who knows I love you. 'Cause I've been so lost without you. And in my darkest times, you got me feeling like life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah. Yeah, in my darkest times, you got me feeling like feeling like
That's probably going to be the best wave I get the whole trip right there.
Probably.
Straight up. just want to say, shout out JT and John for nailing it. We're at Karamas. It's pumping. It's been a rough one, long flight, really, really warm, sweaty hotel room, but the gods have graced us with some absolutely pumping tubes this morning, and I couldn't be more stoked. So, Indian Ocean, Bali, Indonesia, done deal. 2 down, 5 to go. 7 seas in 7 days is truly underway for the dream.
The only mentality that I have to go into this is look at it as, yes, we can be rigid and try to accomplish this and be militant about it and do it, but it's kind of out of our control. So the only way that we're going to make it through this is through rolling through the punches and somehow learning to sleep on airplanes. Pray for waves, pray for no flight delays, and hopefully this all works out.
Oh, 20, baby. Still under. Put that thing on the plane.
It's crazy to me that I'm going to be waking up on November 1st in Bali.
I'm on a mission today, and my mission is simple. Get to Australia.
Surfing in board shorts. And by November 5th, I'll be in a 5'4" wetsuit with 7 mil boots and gloves on, surfing Norway in the snow. Our margin for error is paper thin. It's not only a journey of the body physically up against all these elements, it's also a journey of the mind, of understanding and wrapping your head around the fact that we are going to be traveling around the entire globe, experiencing different temperatures, different cultures, just different lifestyles, different waves all around the world in 1 week.
Next stop, Bells Beach and the Southern Ocean.
Complete and total culture shock, and I believe it's going to be something that's going to change us forever. And we're never going to be able to look at life the same after this.
The flight going from Bali to Australia, we were hyped on it because we actually got our seats upgraded to exit row. So we were all hyped on that. And then we sat down in the exit row and the armrest would not move. The seat does not recline. Even though we had a lot of leg room, it was like the smallest little bucket seats ever. So
we knew it was going to be a rocky road. This is the first night we're spending on a plane. This is literally the budget version of Spirit Airlines. When they say, like, put your seats up for takeoff, we're talking seat goes up that much. You go from this to this. And we just locked in, knew it was on, sat there vertical in the most uncomfortable plane seat you've ever seen in your life, and just slept. We just slept. Like, we slept as hard as we could, like, just forced ourselves to sleep. And it was one of the worst sleeps of my life.
We just knocked out and tried to stay stiff and centered as possible in that seat, and somehow kind of slept for the whole night. Not really, but yeah, woke up in Melbourne.
When we landed, we were 3 days in, and I knew that we were going to make it to the Southern Ocean.
So we made it to Melbourne. Due to extreme lines, we are running behind like 3 hours, literally. So we're actually running out of time. We're gonna be able to get down to Bells Beach. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. We're literally at Bells Beach. Like the Bells Beach.
I get this feeling like a bag of bricks. Try again tomorrow. Like a problem I can never fix. So end my sorrows. Hey, won't you pick it up a little bit faster? Hey, you know concrete dries better than plaster. Hey, won't you pick it up a little bit? There's the bug. There's the bug.
Guess what, people? Bells Beach, Australia. All right. I'll ride a fiberglass board, guys. Relax down there in the comment section. I'm riding it.
I've been away for 4 days.
Ben? Is that you?
I'm already dead.
How long have I been in Sydney? Oh, they have my name on the
Yeah,
top.
welcome to Sydney's and Gravy.
Damn, dude.
Does it fit? It's
Perfect fit.
I'm stoked. Cheers, bro.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. Cheers, mate.
Absolutely no better feeling in the world than when the border agent says, "Welcome home." Hopefully this is where having global entry pays off. Thanks so much.
You can rest later.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you can ride anything.
That's all I
I've
need.
seen it, man.
So far, so good. Guess we're going tanker surfing in Galveston, Texas. Could have sworn I was in Sydney a minute ago. Okay, we made it out into the channel. The challenge now is, yes, we came all the way here from Sydney, Australia. We're sitting in Galveston, Texas. We're out here in the bay with the Cap and Aaron Brooks over there, waiting for the first tanker of the day. One of these boats has to throw a wave. Fingers crossed. I can't even talk because I'm so tired. Wish us luck. Dreams on.
I'm freezing.
It's cold. It's cold. All right, we got our first swell line behind us. Look at that. Nothing breaking yet, but the Stoke is up, dudes. Dude, it's gonna break over there. Swell lines. Come on. Look in there.
No.
Wrap around?
It'll wrap around.
Dude, it might.
Should have already been breaking.
It looks like it's gonna though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I believe. I believe. I believe. It's going. I'm good. I'm good. I can get it. We're good. Go for it. Novelty wave of her life. That's my guarantee. I guarantee it.
As far as knowing that it's your time and it's your moment, that doesn't exist. If I was able to rewind and go back and say to myself 10 years ago, yo, Ben, this is the position that you're gonna be in 10 years, even the Ben back then wouldn't believe it. It would be astronomical success in my mind back then. But today, I still see myself as I'm at the bottom. I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm still trying to get to where I want to be. And sobriety has been everything for me. Not only has it taught me that sacrifice is the greatest thing that you can do, it shows me that putting one foot in front of the other every single day and thinking about the moment that I'm in and thinking about small goals is actually what builds into big goals. When I was drinking all the time and I wanted to be sober, I would think about being sober as one thing, and I thought about it as two different worlds. But in reality, being sober is just making the right choice over and over and over and over again. I've always been a big idea guy, but I believe that the biggest deterrence in life is self-doubt, because if you're willing to put yourself out there, I think that you can accomplish anything.
World travelers. The world is a vampire, dude.
My biggest issue with drinking was my insecurities. I drank because I was at war with myself, battling my past decisions in life and my choices. And I always thought, if I did this differently, if I did that differently, if I did these things differently, I could probably still be a pro surfer. But it's weird how life works out. Obviously, everything happens for a reason, and I was put on this path for a reason. So here I am.
Dennis, you're looking good, dude. I'm tired.
I bet, man.
Tell your peoples lock their doors, man.
Okay, I'm on it. All right, here we are on the beach in Atlantic City, one of the places I grew up surfing. We're gonna be checking off the Atlantic Ocean today with a bunch of people that came out to support. So super honored, super stoked, and we're on it. Dreaming.
And I'm so glad I understand if you begin. I know you like spin hard, but if I
All right, wow. I guess we're here. This is amazing. Just want to say thank you everyone for coming out. Totally honored. Kind of thought I'd just be like hanging out down here by myself. What's up, guys? They're already on it. Thanks for coming. This is a super special moment for me. This journey has, it's been gnarly. But if I can say anything about it, you know, my dream in surfing and in life is to just prove that as human beings, we can do the impossible and follow our dreams no matter what they are. And yeah, Dennis, get them. I just want to say thank you for coming out from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the support. I love you guys. And let's go catch a wave in the Atlantic Ocean. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is legendary, dude. What a classic thing.
I may not be the one that you rate 10 out of 10.
It's been cool because it seems like every step of the journey I'm learning that it was kind of meant to be. Like today, I think is a great example of that. We got 2 to 3 foot clean little waves here in New Jersey. Who would have thought? I could have come any day this week and it might have been flat.
Quick selfie.
Absolutely. How you doing?
Great. Great to see you. Cindy, come on, step over here.
Life's been hard, but I'm here for you, babe. I know my life's been hard, but I'm here for you, babe.
Never again. I mean, this turnout.
Yeah, this is amazing. You know, I walked up onto the beach this morning and I was kind of thinking, yeah, like my parents were going to be here for sure, a couple people, but like who wants to roll out of bed and go to the beach just to watch some guy surf knee-high waves? True to your heart, and maybe other people can't really see the vision or don't agree with it, go out there and do it. It's been like a spiritual journey, so it's amazing.
I may not be the one that you rate 10 out of 10. May not be your first choice, but I swear I'll be your last. So whenever you're lonely, whenever you're sad, don't you know, baby, I got your back. I know your life's been hard, but I'm here for you, babe.
I couldn't make my mind up, so it's going to be a triple threat. It's going out to the Tripperson brothers. They are sliding.
have to say, Grub?
It's my brother Dalton's birthday!
Happy birthday, Dalton. Thank you guys so much for coming.
How's it feel? You accomplished
That's
your goal.
enough for me.
That's it?
Atlantic Ocean, we did it. The community came out to support. Couldn't be more honored. Got my best friend Billy D down here. And we're dreaming off to Norway. Unreal.
Let's go.
The moment you embrace sobriety is the moment, the defining moment. Once you're sober, you can do or be anything you want.
Ben's surfing compared to everybody else's surfing, Ben just goes out and wants to have a good time, wants to surf waves that he finds interesting, where I think, people go out and they all go to the same spots. Ben is the type of surfer that everyone's surfing here, he'll go here. In the surfing world, everyone kind of follows the same path and everyone kind of just does this pretty much what their counterpart's doing, where Ben went the complete opposite, said, I'm gonna do something completely different. I'm gonna surf the waves that I wanna surf and I'm gonna have a good time and show people that you don't have to follow the person in front of you. You can do your own and forge your own way.
What we saw growing up was Lost in the Volcom team partying all night. Then we really thought it was cool, and that's what we wanted to do. Now most of our friends are dead because they didn't ever stop partying, and it just progressed. And having the kids, the future generations getting stoked on having good, clean fun without the use of drugs and alcohol could save the world.
There's nothing holding you back. There's no chains. And you knew that you wanted to surf and be part of the surf world and give back. And sobriety allowed you to do it.
I know for me personally, 100%, if Ben wasn't sober, there's no shot that I would be sober either. No shot.
But all of that goes into who Ben is, because Ben doesn't operate like he's the greatest person in the world. Ben operates like he's a normal guy that loves to surf and wants to bring the sport to everybody in the world. And that's what it's all about. It's not all about who's famous and who's great. Fame lasts for a minute. But if you can actually give someone a hope or a joy, surfing needs to be about that, not about self-centered. Anything in life needs to be about that. You need to get to the point where you've accomplished enough in your life that now you want to turn it around and give something back. And the trailblazing is giving back to the young generation, giving everyone else a motivation to move forward with their life. But it only doesn't have to do with surfing. It's everything. You can embrace everything. He can do that, I can do this. Or a motivation to change a life. That's what matters about surfing.
So I really look up to him and all the things that he's accomplished, and I feel if I do, there's got to be thousands of grams. When we go down to the beach, dude, it's autograph signing. I'm I didn't know this guy was even that famous, And this guy's got a lot of people that look up to him, and I really think he's saving a generation, if not multiple generations.
It's snowing. Snow all over the ground. Can't deny I'm having a moment, dude. Looking out this window right here and just being this isn't actually happening. Dude, imagine, dude. We were in Bali the other day. We just made it through security here in Oslo. As you can clearly see, there's a lot of snow outside. It's 1 degree Celsius here, and this is a full-blown shock. Haven't gotten very much sleep, but we made it. One more flight. We're going up north, way up north.
I really didn't know what to expect. I knew it was going to be cold, but I kind of had no idea what we were in for. After we landed at this airport where there's literally nobody at the rental car desks, and it took us over an hour to figure out how to rent our car. We walked outside and there was just, once again, no one but just ice, and the sun was setting at 2:30 in the afternoon. We got in the car and headed to the place that we were staying. We had a 4-hour drive ahead of us, so. Coming into Norway off the back of pretty much the gnarliest trip of my entire life. We just surfed 7 seas in 7 days, starting in Japan, Bali, 2 stops in Australia, Texas, New Jersey, and ended up in Norway. And we actually weren't even supposed to be here for as long as we were. Our flight home got canceled because there's that little amount of flights out of this small airport here. So we actually ended up having to move our flight 4 days later than it originally was. So we ended up in Norway here with pretty much a bonus surf trip. We got to the house, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's just like this little hut on the water in this little fishing village here, nestled between a bunch of snow-capped mountains, beautiful skyline, and just one of the most amazing places I've ever seen. Turns out we just rolled up to this random house in this little fishing village, stepped out onto the porch, and this place is incredible.
It was kind of like a little sign, like you made it to your final destination and it's time to surf that 7th sea. Yeah, this has been a really special week, so let's finish this thing strong. We're heading to the Arctic Ocean.
You wouldn't really imagine people surfing here. It's frigid, extremely cold. This time of year, there's less than 6 hours of sunlight in a day, and the conditions are pretty rough, so. The town that we ended up surfing in has a population of 15 people. So heading down to the beach the first day, I didn't expect to see one single surfer. And we kind of had no idea what the forecast meant. We knew that there was supposed to be some waves, but showing up the first day,
We're kind of just freaking out that we're here in Norway. I can truly say craziest week of my life, but we're pulling up to the beach and hopefully there's some waves.
in the morning we showed up and it was completely flat.
We made it to the beach. The waves are nothing spectacular.
All right, so.
My wetsuit's wet though, dude.
Get at it. Shit ain't sweet out here, man.
I met this guy, his name's Anchor.
I just stole his dog, guys. I'm sorry, I just stole it. It's my dog now, I don't care.
Local legend.
I'll sit, boys. What's the claim?
He lives in Unstad.
Get barreled. Ain't no new.
Population 15.
Dude, it's so fucking on, boys.
This guy sent us on a wild goose chase for a novelty wave.
We're going to this beach
He said,
that our buddy Anchor told us about.
it's like a 20-minute drive from where you're staying. You'll get there.
And we're at the parking lot here.
And it's probably like a mile walk.
And it says
And he did say it was gnarly.
to hike that way.
And he also asked us if we had waterproof shoes, which I also kind of brushed off.
When I say that way, I mean... Is that not a mountain? Is that not just like a massive mountain right there?
And on the other side of the mountain, I know that there's a wave. We had no idea how big it is because you can't really trust the forecast around here. But we looked up and it was just like pretty much K2, vertical cliff face. And these guys are like, dude, you can't be serious. We're not actually doing this.
Guys' shoes are coming untied already. Here we go.
And I'm like, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. It says 2 kilometers. So we sent it, and man, was it something.
Wooden path is gone, boys.
Pretty much the most extreme hike. I can't even call it a hike. It's like a mountain climb. Like we climbed a mountain, and we pretty much hiked in for an hour and a half over this crazy ridge, up through ice, rocks. I was slipping and falling all over the place. Everybody took a good spill, and we eventually got to the summit, and we looked down the other side, and we could see the waves just off in the distance.
Yeah, boys. We're halfway.
And we were just thinking, how can we only be halfway?
Unreal.
This is impossible.
I'm getting a little dizzy looking down the hill. Like, I don't know.
Jump down it.
But just that thing in the back of my head, like, I can't give up once I start doing something, so.
We'll be down there before you know it. No.
We ended up hiking all the way down to the beach. And the waves were pretty small. And we kind of stood on the beach and just looked back up at the mountain, and we were like, this is unbelievable. But somehow, some way, we ended up making it through the entire hike, through rocks, ice, vertical cliff faces. We made it safely back to the car, and it's an experience I'll never forget. So thank you, Anchor.
I've known Ben for many years. The first time we ever hung out, it was raining out. We put on wetsuits and went and like threw eggs at cars on the street.
Easy. Yeah, and he was like...
Sick.
Yes. Yes. Dude. Dude, that was something else.
He always came up with crazy ideas when we were younger, and we always kind of discounted his ideas. I was always thinking his ideas were so crazy that I'd always play along with them, but I had a full-time job at the same time, when he was always just not ever really doing anything but working on his ideas.
It's always been about fun. Sometimes it would like piss me off, like be hanging out and it winds like 50 miles an hour, raining, and it's like, dude, let's paddle out. And we go down like Pelham Avenue, and it's just like victory at sea. Like nobody wants to be out there except for Ben, but we all had to paddle out because he did, you know. And like next thing you know, he's like jumping off of a piling, you know, trying to get into waves. Like when we were Groms, like he's been doing the novelty thing like way before the vlog, like really living it, you know. Oh, like trying to invent new moves, you know, like skimboarding with a surfboard when it was unsurfable just to be in the ocean. Like, dude's the truth.
In a sense, we always had a really strong relationship, but in another sense, he lived in another like reality than I always have. I've always like unfortunately been grounded to the sense of like having to think like about making money, like having a real job, where he can see making money in an outside sense. So we're really similar, but really different. So we're really close. We talk to each other all the time. I don't know. Our lives are really different, but yeah, gone way too crazy with it in my sense. Like, time to cool her down, boys.
I don't think Ben's mindset ever changed. His priorities definitely did. Over the years, he like really dialed it in and like figured it out and like knew what was best for him and found a more productive way of going about it, for sure. But I mean, like, dude's always been gnarly. He's always been the mastermind. Ben was always the one with the big ideas and like always knew how to accomplish it.
In the morning, we showed up and it was completely flat. Within 3 hours,
Dude, it's going off.
full-blown swell
Are you kidding me?
worked its way in. 3 to 5 foot waves, little barrels,
Norway's firing, dude.
perfect conditions, absolutely glassy.
Dude, it's so consistent. All right, I'm claiming it. I'm out there. I'm getting too stoked, so we're just doing it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. That is a fast wave, but that was a fucking tube, dude. That barreled all the way. Something a little different about the Norway cold. It's definitely like chills you to the bones. But I'm thankful that there's a little wave out there. Looking forward to doing this. I'm kind of getting a little emotional, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy for me, like, now that I'm in the wetsuit, I feel it in my heart. Like, dude, we fucking did it. As long as I ride a wave right now, we fucking did it. Like, I'm tripping, dude. Dude, I'm fully getting barreled out there. I'm getting barreled out there. I don't know if I'm making it, because it seems long period. But there's ledges.
And as the waves picked up slowly out of nowhere, we just started seeing people come out of the woodwork. Just people coming out of this little town with surfboards, vans, wetsuits, and just suiting up and going out. We scored some really fun surf. At one point, I think JT counted 23 people in the lineup. So we're literally out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's a full-blown surf scene in these freezing, harsh conditions. Out in the water, when I was talking to the locals, they were saying, like, you guys scored, you guys lucked out. This is the best waves we've seen in like 6 weeks. So we randomly showed up to Norway at the end of our 7 Seas mission and scored some amazing northern lights and some of the best waves they've seen in over a month. Kind of crazy.
Look behind me. Look at this scenery out here. One of the most beautiful moments of my life down here on the beach in Norway. It couldn't have worked out any more perfectly. We're down here offshore wind. It's freezing cold out. We were in Bali a week ago. I can't believe that we actually made it here today. And you gotta pan over there and look at that wave real quick. Are you kidding me? 7 seas in 7 days! Woo!
Pretty much sitting here today. We're about to leave Norway, finishing up one of the most extreme trips of my entire life. I don't know how me, John, and JT made it without biting each other's heads off, but somehow, some way, we made it through, I don't even know how many continents, at least 4, some crazy amount of countries, at least 5 countries, and 7 seas in 7 days. So many drives, so many flights, so many gas station meals. So many good times, though. Truly one of the best trips of my life, and I'm gonna look back on this and cherish this and look back on this and remember it as one of the most amazing and fun times I've ever had when we decided that we were gonna circumnavigate the world in 7 days and surf along the way. It's been amazing, and I can't thank these guys enough, and looking forward to what's next.